Hello and welcome. In today's video, let's talk about this unbelievable brain system, this reticular activating system that filters in information that's relevant to you and discards, blocks out information that doesn't fit with your current value structure. This is so cool because if you're suffering from health anxiety, you're filtering in information that fits with your view of the world, your view of yourself. You believe you're unhealthy, you believe you're having heart problems, you believe that you're dying of a certain unknown illness. Yes, it's overwhelming. But if you know this structure, then this can open the doors for you to recover from this overly sensitive state. Because when I used to suffer from health anxiety, I would be in a Starbucks overhearing someone talk about cancer and it would startle me. I would hear an advertisement on the radio or the TV talking about a health issue, it would startle me. The newspaper, it would startle me. An advertisement, a billboard startled me because my glass was already overflowing with emotional baggage. So any drop of the unknown would send me over the edge. And so, the reticular activating system, reticular means network. So a network of nerve pathways that stem upwards into all the main parts of the brain. It filters incoming information. We receive 2 million bits of information per second. And so we filter in what's relevant and it blocks out what's irrelevant to us. And so, for example, if you get a job at FedEx and on your weekend off, you see FedEx trucks everywhere and you notice it. Your mind goes, hey, look, there's the FedEx truck, right? And to someone else who doesn't have a job at FedEx, the trucks just go by, that you don't even notice it. But the FedEx trucks have emotional significance over you. So you buy a Ford pickup truck, and now everywhere you go, you see the Ford pickup truck because it has emotional significance to a health anxiety sufferer. Everywhere they go, when they encounter the disease, or you hear the word cancer, you perk up, you notice it because it's what's relevant to you, right? So where your focus goes, your energy flows, right? Notice where your attention leans to. Is it leaning towards your internal world? Are you focusing on a certain sensation? Are you fixated on it? Are you obsessing over it? Right? This is a sign from your body that this unknown, it needs to be resolved because you're focusing on it. It's of top value to you. So, how do you desensitize yourself from being in this heightened state all the time? Well, the first thing is moments from your past that cause you strong negative emotions need to be resolved, right? For me, I had a lot of moments that perpetuated my health anxiety, that fueled my health anxiety, that brought about my health anxiety. So there were moments from my childhood where I adopted certain behaviors and beliefs from the people around me that who were overly sensitive about their health. But then as I grew up, I misinterpreted my sensations, and it was the fear of losing control. It was the fear of dying, right? Because when I was 10, I had a panic attack, and I didn't even know it was panic, but it was the fear of losing control, being overly excited. I was overly excited from a movie I was watching, but I misinterpreted it as a health concern. And so that was a traumatic moment, right? So that stacked up within me, this unknown. And so later in my life, when the unknown popped up, the same sensation came up, the same emotions would come up. So I had the fear of losing control. Like, so 5 years later, I'd get the same feeling. I didn't interpret it as excitement, but dread, just like when I was 10 and watching that movie. But then also, as I continued to live my life, I was doing things that weren't supporting my higher self. So I was living a reckless lifestyle. I was eating junk, staying up all night. I was treating myself like I was my own worst enemy. And so my body it was a sign from my body of all these strange sensations and anxiety that, hey, you need to change, Brad. The way you're living, man, and then my anxiety got worse because of all of the negative behaviors I was engaging in. My lifestyle got too chaotic. There was the disorder got too broad, and I wound up in extreme anxiety every single day, extreme panic, extreme dread. And what I needed to do was add more order. And part of that process is to go back into my past and resolve any past traumas that I haven't fully fleshed out, understood yet. And I'll get into more of that later in this episode. But also there was an incongruence, because I want to be healthy, but I'm doing all of these things that aren't healthy, that aren't serving my higher self. So I had to sacrifice the behaviors that I was doing now in order to serve my healthy self, because you can't view yourself as a healthy person and then go out for a cigarette, or you go out for drinks and you get drunk all night and you stay up till 2 a.m. and it's just chaos. Or you're eating cake and you're just eating sugar all the time. You're not going to view yourself as healthy. And I get this all the time with my clients, is that, are you doing what you can to support the healthy you, to be as healthy as you can? Because if you act out the healthy person, the more you're going to believe that you are healthy. Oh yeah, I take cold showers. Oh yeah, I meditate. I do breathing exercises. I avoid gluten and I avoid sugar, and I don't smoke. I quit smoking, and then I quit smoking weed, and then I quit drinking. And it's like, of course you're going to believe that you're a healthy person if you do all of these things. You're stacking up these wins. You're anchoring in these new positive states, because you're rising above these impulses that don't facilitate true health. They don't facilitate true health. If you're sitting down watching Netflix all day, you're going to feel irritable because all of this energy has been built up within you. And the fact that you feel irritable is a sign from your body that you need to go and work out. You need to go and get some exercise. That it's not natural. So look at your health anxiety as a sign that, hey, things are just out of whack. It's not natural, my lifestyle, and you have to examine that. And that's part of my coaching practice, is I help my clients examine that, look into what you're doing every day. Where does your focus go? What are you valuing? And what do you need to kill off? What parts of you do you need to kill off in order to serve your higher self? Because yes, you need to build on a foundation of belief that you are healthy, and that's part of overcoming health anxiety. So there's that, and also overcoming the traumas of your past, which you do through you can write them out on paper. So if you have a memory that's more than a year old that's causing you strong negative emotion when you bring it to mind, that means you haven't fully resolved that, and your unconscious is holding on to that open wound. It needs to be closed off. It needs to be healed. Okay? So what you need to do is you need to write out what happened, why you feeling that negative emotion, and what you would have liked to have happened instead, or what you've learned, what are the lessons that you've learned from that experience. Because you need to know the lessons so that your amygdala can let it go, because it learned the lesson. It knows how to not step into that pothole again in the future. And then you can also do this exercise of releasing the trauma through NLP exercises. I'm going to leave a link below to a meditation you can do right now to help you release that trauma. Okay? So go do that after this video. And so what this does is speaking to your unconscious mind. So remember, the amygdala, your fight, flight, or freeze response, or you can also look at it as your emotional brain, your reticular activating system. These are all unconscious systems. And so when you sit and meditate and you do the exercise that I mentioned, you're speaking to that unconscious system. So powerful. That's what you want to do, right? You're just going about the motions every day. Why not go deeper into the layers, the parts of you that are disrupted and holding on to the trauma, and the parts of you that are not fully healed. And so you have to act out the lifestyle of the healthy person, because how are you supposed to get over health anxiety? Or if you look at yourself as this unhealthy person in the mirror, well, how are you supposed to view a healthy person if you continue to smoke, or you continue to neglect your body? And that's where I'm going to leave you in today's video. Leave your comments below if I missed something, or if something resonated with you. I want to hear what you have to say. Go over to unpluganxiety.com. You can sign up for coaching. You can download the program, my recovery program, and that'll give you a structured approach to your health anxiety, to overcoming that. Do not let anxiety define who you are. I will see you on the next video. Bye for now. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and that bell so that whenever a new video of mine appears, you will be one of the first to know. Namaste.